Friends, it's time. It's time for what nobody needs to be eating this early in the day. Hi. What is it? It's day 6 of no heat in our apartment. It's fine. The one saving grace is that it's actually going to be warm here today. It's almost going to be 50 Fahrenheit here today, which is wild. Hi, Liz. It's time for Dodgers baseball. Absolutely, Elvis. Liz, how you doing? Welcome in. You could choose one TV series that you feel people don't talk much about. How good it is. What would you choose? Does it have to be the whole show? Can it be a section of the show? Clarifying question, because there's one I have in mind. The second season shit. So that's why I'm asking. World War, yada, I do not want to talk about politics. That's what I woke up to, is that on Reddit. I don't want to talk about politics today. God's honest truth. Go out. Okay. The show that nobody talks about but was really good, Jericho. Jericho, but only the first season. The second season was terrible. So for those who do not know, Jericho, I want to say it was like a mid-2000s show. The premise was basically the United States government collapsed, essentially, and the whole premise of the show focused on this town in Jericho, Texas. No, Jericho, Texas? Kansas? It was somewhere in that area of the United States, and it was basically just one town's perspective of the collapse of the United States government. But then it turned into a civil war where there was the Republic of Texas that existed too. I don't know. It was fun, but it was weird. Shut up. There are still active Jericho fanfics, so it doesn't count. The only thing political I'll mention is the comments our leader made. Just paraphrasing. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. My answer would be Pushing Daisies or The Orville. I have not watched The Orville. My wife Candy says The Orville is very good. It's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just getting me to sit down and watch TV show is impossible. But Pushing Daisies, I have heard, is also very... Pushing Daisies... No, I'm confusing, because I was going to say, is that the one about funeral homes? I'm like, no, that's 6 Feet Under. Fantasy, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hero season... I never watched Heroes. Everyone said it was amazing. I never watched it. And I heard this first season was great. I just never watched it. So, it's nothing against the show. It's one of those things where I'm like, I missed the boat, and it's kind of one of those things I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily need to get on that boat at this point in my life. Heroes ended after season 1. What are you talking about? Save the cheetah. I remember that line a lot. I remember that line. I have a definitive answer to this. Yes, Liz, go on. And you gotta do it. Always do it. Everything but the last season of Fringe. Black Sails. I didn't watch it. I know what it is. I just didn't watch it. Thank you for the shout out. Abusing mod power to your so I just know this person's been a part of the community secretly streaming. Fair point. Follow fantasy. Black Sails. Was that HBO, or am I confusing that with Our Flag Means Death? I very well might be. Yada. Thank you for the resub. Constantine, but that's because Matt Ryan is Yes, I would actually agree that was a very good iteration of Constantine. And this comes from somebody who didn't love the DC TV shows. I didn't really like any of them. I watched a little bit of Arrow. It was fine. The Flash was better. Again, completely cratered out towards the end of the show. Black Lightning was fine. I hate to say it, it was fine. I never watched Supergirl. Legends of Tomorrow was fine, honestly. It was on Stars. Oh, gotcha. Matt Ryan was amazing. I'll say the original. So, real talk. Here we talk about the undersung hero of superhero movies, Constantine, starring Keanu Reeves. That personally is one of my favorites. Albus! Thank you for the reset. The Flash was great until suddenly it wasn't. Yeah, that's God's honest truth. It was great and then it wasn't, and that's sad. Albus, thank you for the reset. Do yourself and watch Black. I'll try to give it a watch. There's so many TV shows and just not enough time in the world. I think that's the big thing. Yeah, but no, Jericho is definitely one of my big ones. It's like the first season was phenomenal, and then it just. I think season 2, I almost get the sense that they thought they were going to get more of a season after that, and they didn't. So they're like, oh, we need to wrap this story up. So I think like the last 4 episodes are so rapid to be like, oh, that's how this is going to end? You did it in 4 episodes? Liz. Thank you for the resub, Liz. Guys, nobody needs to do a hype train here, please. I love all you. Just being here is enough. The best part was Grant Carlo. Yeah, I would agree. No, Jesse Williams. The first time I saw the Flash, I'm like, hey, it's the dude from Law and Order. That was the first thing I thought. Was that, and then I forget it. Could someone take Liz's wallet away from her? Liz, thank you. Oh, thank you, Liz. You do not need to get... Who got gifted subs here? Soulblazer Mel, Motorcycles, Metal Shards, Nagarda. I know Nagarda is in Imp Girls community. Wonder How To, I have no clue who that is. Fantasy, just follow, got a sub. Yeah, I'm at the hair salon yet, but y'all enjoy doing whatever. I don't know, I gotta... Well, Liz, I hope your hair looks good after your hair appointment. Thank you, Liz. Guys, I know Liz doesn't stream as much anymore, but Liz still occasionally streams, so follow Liz. But, yeah. So, friends, we're not here to see this. We're here to see the culinary horror show I'm about to create on this kitchen. Literally just got here, I'm feeling so much like, oh, thank you. Fantasy, welcome in. Yeah, so the garbage plate. Y'all who have known me have known that I have talked about this for years. This was a staple of college. Nix, hello, how you doing? Hold on, mobile can't donate without phone taking a cut. No, it cannot. But the garbage plate, a Rochester, New York delicacy. I do not want to tell you how many of these I had during college. It would make my doctor cry. It would make a cardiologist cry. It would make a dietitian cry, because somebody has calculated the caloric value of a garbage plate. It's somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 calories, because it's terrible for you. So the premise of a garbage plate, I'm going to explain what a garbage plate is first. So it is literally a plate of garbage. You have a base layer, which are one of 4 things normally: macaroni salad, home fries, French fries, or baked beans if you're a fucking monster. I've tried the baked beans on a garbage plate. It is so heavy. Because I'm like, I don't think this needs more stuff. And like, let's just add baked beans to the bottom of it. On top of that bed of 2 items, you have your choice of protein: cheeseburger, hamburger, grilled cheese, shaved steak, hots, a red or a white hot. Rochester, New York, weirdly called hot dogs hots. I don't know why, but there was white hots or red hots, or my personal favorite, which was vile because I know how infrequently they cooked it, fried fish. It's as bad as you think it is. Many of you know I was in a fraternity in college. We used to every semester we had a new pledge class. One of the things we always would do with the pledges was we would do a scavenger hunt, essentially. Like, the whole logic was with our pledge classes, like, we're going to do the same shit you're doing, so we're going to do dumb shit with you. There was a thing we used to always have on the scavenger hunt each semester that was called the Genesee Challenge. The Genesee Challenge was a fried fish garbage plate, a can of Genesee cream ale, and a shot of water from the Genesee River, preferably all mixed together, if you can stomach it. For those who also do not know, the Genesee River is incredibly polluted. Yes, I have taken shots out of it. I'm not proud of it, but I have. All the quality would be comparable to a neighborhood you'd never park your car in. Listen, most of Rochester's safe. Certain areas of it are not. Most of it's safe, though. I will also say, too, it has changed a lot from when I went to school there. I mean, to put it in perspective, it's been 20 years since I started. It's been 20 years since I went to school there. So, which is disgusting to think about. And it used to be when you would go off campus, there was a slight risk of getting mugged. Like it was a non-zero, but it was still it wasn't zero, but it wasn't stupidly high, but it was a non-zero chance. Nowadays, you have to purposely go somewhere where you probably shouldn't be to get mugged. Let's be honest. Yeah, and then on top of your protein, you put a meat chili. It's the best comparison for it is if anyone's had Cincinnati chili, it's kind of like a Cincy chili. It's just meat, some onion, and that's pretty much it. But it's spicy. It's not spicy. It's not sweet. It's that weird middle ground that Cincy chili sits at, where it's like it doesn't know what it wants to be. And then on top of that, ketchup, mustard, slivered white onions, and hot sauce to round out your night. Let me tell you, they're delicious. Candy thought it was disgusting until she had one, and she said, "Oh, this is actually really, really good." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Like, there's a reason I ate these, and it wasn't because of the alcohol. It was definitely partially because of the alcohol, but still. So, we're gonna make one today. Now, my concern that I have heard from every single person I know and online who has attempted to make one, it's never as good as the one you're going to have when you're in Rochester, because the problem is, and this I do not joke when I say this, whatever quality of ingredients I have is going to be too high of quality. I purposely tried to buy bottom of the barrel garbage ingredients. It's still not going to be good enough. I bought 80/20 ground beef for the chili. If I could have gotten lower, I would have, but I'm like, this is the lowest that the grocery store sells. So, that being said, we are going to be making my standard, which was macaroni salad, home fries, 2 cheeseburgers. Well, a cheeseburger, because the cheeseburgers I got are big, so I'm like, I don't need 2 cheeseburgers on top of this, so we'll do 1 each, because I'm going to make one for Candy, too. And yeah, that's where we're going to go. You don't go do bottom of the barrel, you go under the barrel. And let me tell you, too, the places you would go to get a garbage plate, not the best places in the world. Not the best places in the world. Don't get me wrong. I love them. There's nothing more fun than watching 2 men of the night get into a fist fight at the restaurant you're at, because that happened pretty frequently. Yes, there was a lovely restaurant called Gitsy's Diner. R.I.P. Gitsy's, because it closed. It was routinely where the local pimps would go, sometimes with their ladies, and yeah, there was typically a fight there. It was 100% free entertainment. Gitsy's knew it's the only restaurant I've been to where there was a bouncer. There was a bouncer at the door to basically make sure you are not bringing weapons in, you are not too intoxicated to come in. It's a good time. Let's dinner and a show, exactly. We got dinner and a show out of all of it. One of the places we went to is see, I know because Doug is in Rochester, but Doug is not in Rochester proper. So, but generally, for the most part, any place that does a garbage plate will do it pretty well. Like, let's put it this way, I've never had a bad garbage plate. I've never had a bad one. Even some of the worst hole-in-the-wall restaurants I've ever been to, their garbage plates are fine. Because again, it's not good quality that I'm looking for in this equation. Pardon me as I cough into the microphone. But I hope everyone's doing well today. It's a Chilly Willy. Well, I say it's a Chilly Willy Saturday. It's actually not outside, but it is still darn cold in this apartment. But it's supposed to go up to 50 today. We did get, I think Candy posted in her stream. You sure that's a restaurant, not a fight ring? Listen, maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. Maybe it is both. I can finally mince this onion up. I really should have... My knife needs a good sharpen, and I, for the life of me, cannot find my stupid knife sharpener, which is kind of upsetting. Like, I know I tucked it somewhere in the house, because it's a good one. It's actually a Henkel sharpener, so it actually does do the sharpening job well. I just don't know where it is. I'm gonna hazard a guess I probably shoved it under the sink. If I were to bet money, it's probably under there. That the bar is pretty low for something called... Listen! Listen. The problem is, again, is that, like, actually, fun fact, you actually, fun story. Technically, I could get sued by using the term garbage plate on this stream. Fun fact, the term garbage plate is trademarked by the Tahoe family in Rochester. It is a big Greek family that kind of pioneered the garbage plate. Shocking fact, the man who developed it died of a heart attack. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? But, yeah. If you were curious. Can you get sued if this is an educational... I mean... Here's a hot take. Nick Tahoe's plates are fine. I actually don't prefer their plates. So anyone who's been to Rochester, most of you know, if you've been there, most bars or restaurants do have some iteration of a garbage plate. Most of the places just call it a trash plate or just a plate in general. The two places that have really, really, really good garbage plates in Rochester that are not Tahoe's, Henrietta Hots, which is on West Henrietta Boulevard. That was no joke right down this road from where I went to school. Or a lovely little place called Dogtown. Dogtown is... Their specialty is hot dogs, actually. But they also do garbage plates. And they do a lovely garbage plate. A lovely, lovely garbage plate. I know, who'd have thought? Yeah, the man was I saw pictures of this man, he was big. He was a big man. His name was Nick Tahoe. He was a big boy. But there actually are, fun fact, 2 Tahoe's locations. There is the OG one, which is on Genesee Street. It closes after a certain hour because it is not a good area at night. And I say not a good area, I'm like, oh no, you would actually get robbed there. And the other one is on, it's actually called Steve T's. So I think it was his brother or cousin or somewhere in the familial relation. And that was on Lyle Avenue. Lyle Avenue, another really big hotspot for people to go with that are pimps, apparently. But the best part about the Tahoes, the other one, open 24/7. Never closed. Which says volumes about the cleanliness of the place. Because I'm like, when are you cleaning this place? Because you're always open. Alright. So what we gotta do? We gotta make with the lowest quality ingredients. Listen. This is how we gotta do things. Alright. First and foremost, I also want you to know that the recipe I found was 24 pages. Because there's nobody that would manage to condense it down. Because of course they didn't. Let's see. Let's brown these onions up. Yeah, no, trust me, that's actually a fun fact. That's if you wanted to get a fried fish plate, that's where you went, because they used to keep it in this little metal container on the grill, which I don't want to know how long that fish sat there normally. Jesus. I didn't realize that was hooked around the cabinet drawer. Good to know. It's a book. It's a thesis. Well, it's somebody's blog. It's somebody's blog who, because I think, I believe actually, Binging with Babish actually did an iteration of the garbage plate on his channel. Fun fact, Babish is actually a New York local. We saw him, we didn't meet him, but we saw him at New York Comic-Con because he was doing it was right after he did his cooking book release. He was there doing signings, which says volumes about New York Comic-Con now as far as who they bring as guests go. Also, you see we have Little Toad here today. But he did a version of it on his channel. I actually didn't watch it. Maybe I'll watch it later because I'm curious. I'm curious what his takeaway was, but all right. So let's wait for our oil to heat. So this recipe is going to have a couple of stages. So we're going to make the chili first. Then we are going to... What happened with him? I legitimately don't know. I kind of... If I see some of his stuff, I'll watch it, but I don't actively go out of my way to watch his stuff, so I'm very much, like, out of the loop as far as, like, what goes on in his life kind of thing. Chili. Hi, GK. How you doing, buddy? GK, you at work right now? How's work? I think it was a little too early to add that in, but whatever. It's fine. GK, how you doing, buddy? How is your weekend going so far, sir? Hope it's going good. Can we get a shout out for Mr. GK, the goodest of guys? Hi, Daddy. I mean, Lars. I mean, what? Who said that? Who said that? I want to go home to bed. Fair. I say, you were up late last night, weren't you? Because you were streaming last night. I think you were doing Fire Red. Were you doing a randomizer for Fire Red or something? Or were you doing a shiny hunt? Because I feel like I remember seeing you constantly rebooting the game. Give us a shout out for Lars, please. Our zombie boy. Lars, how you doing? How's your weekend so far? Ooh, 14, 17, good shit. Yeah, I wish the shoutouts was working. I don't know why it's not again, but I know. So let's say, like, I'm like, don't you dare tell me that we finally ran out of gas. I think I actually gotta bump the heat a little bit higher on this. Oh, but yeah, the garbage plate was a good shit. I did the reset thing for a couple hours and started the game. Were you doing the shiny hunt on the starters? I'm guessing. Like, that's what I'm guessing you were doing. So it's not briefcase sim, but it's briefcase sim. Listen, I don't shiny hunt a Pokemon, but I know the rules. Slept till 5:30, did a little work, did a little housework, chilling. Hell yeah. It seems like you're getting into the groove of the new work schedule, which is good. Elpis. That's no bueno. It is better than a 1. It's not a critical failure. I have to remember that I need to actually so this handle on this, fun fact, I actually don't remember where I got this frying pan. I think I got it from my old apartment before Candy and I moved in together. It constantly has a loose handle that I'll tighten and then it gets loose again. I keep remembering that, like, next time that it starts doing this, I actually have to completely detach the handle and put, like, super glue or something in there so it holds. Because I'm sick of this nonsense of having a jiggly handle. I mean, that's fair, GK. No, I know, GK, I know you will shiny hunt a little bit, but I know you are not that level of shiny hunter. I know that. You need good, yeah, you do need good rolls. You need that luck tomorrow. I refunded it, rebought. Oh, that's good though. Man, my handles are, I mean, so are mine, but I can't use the screwdriver to fix mine. Got a love handle. Don't shame the pan. I'm gonna shame this pan all I want. It's a reject pan. Have you seen? I haven't shown you guys what the bottom of this pan looks like. It's disgusting. It's so burned. But again, like, I no joke. This was like my old apartment. I think because the old place I used to live at was renting a room, it was this constant cycle of people in and out of there. And the only guy that had been there a long time was a guy named Drew. I got along with him great. But I had asked him, like, whose kitchen stuff is this? He's like, I have no idea. He's like, there's been so many people here. He's like, I don't know whose it is. He's like, so honestly, whatever you want to take, go nuts, because none of it's mine. So... I mean, realistically, I need to probably... I keep debating between, like, every time, like a holiday rolls around, or, like, a birthday... I always kind of get asked, like, what do I want for my birthday? I know Candy's parents have asked, like, do you guys not want a new, like, pots, like, cookware set? And I always say no. But more and more, I'm kind of like, I don't love having this hodgepodge of just, like, shitty, like, pots and pans I picked up around the way kind of thing that, like, they don't really work that well. None of them are great at, like, dissipating heat. Like, I have to use pot holders for all of them because all the handles are terrible for the heat. Oh, that smells good. I'm gonna do anything fun this weekend. I mean, after this, I'm gonna probably go lay him dead because Lord knows I'm gonna probably have to I'm gonna need to. Friends, garbage plates are heavy, heavy beasts. I think I put way too much onion in here, but that's fine. Because we're gonna get these nice and soft, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the onions out, and we're gonna put the beef in there. Because I want the onions to still kind of, like, not get completely obliterated in the cooking. So I kind of want to add them a little bit later. But I want to get them really cooked down first. Did a bit of splurging. Hell yeah, y'all. What you buy now? Ooh, oh, the Genshin one you were talking about? Nice. Yo, what did I splurge on? I splurged on one of my gacha games last night to get one of the skins that I like for a character that I don't even use, but I liked the skin. So that's a decent amount of money down the drain on those wheel spins for it. I platinumed the base game of Vampire Survivors. Ooh, nice. I'm still playing a lot of Elden Ring. I have finally, for those who played Elden Ring, I have reached Malekith the Black Blade. He's not fun as a playing as a caster. He really likes to be right in your face, and I don't like it. But no, I'm at him. I have the fight with Rykard open. Rykard might be a boss I skip, honestly. I don't know. He's, his phase 1's fine. I don't mind his phase 1. It's phase 2 where I just get stomped. And it's not on me, it's a hard fight. Again, it's a 2-phase fight, it's an optional fight, he's a shard bearer fight, so I knew it was gonna be hard. Didn't expect it to be as hard as it was. Also, fun fact, because I don't know a ton of the lore for Elden Ring, I started the fight with Malekith last night. Did not know he starts the fight as just a beast clergyman, and I'm like, then he turns into Malekith the Black Blade. I'm like, oh, this is who you are. It was not fun to realize that I was in that fight when I was in that fight. Because I was even looking at first, like, when the fight started, I'm like, who is this? Because, like, I know who generally, like, the late-stage bosses are, because it's, like, pretty linear after a point. And I'm, like, looking, I'm like, who the hell is this? And it's, like, and then I got, like, halfway down, I'm like, oh, it's you. Oh, dear. The worst part is with Malekith is that, like, he's gonna be a hard fight, but all the fuck-ups are on my end. I know I'm screwing up and getting greedy. So it's kind of like I have to be more patient, and I'm not being patient, which, again, is on me. I splurged on an Ein 4 last month. Should be here. Oh, is that one of the, is that one of those emulators, Dylan? I know they've been making such a surge, like a surge in the markets recently. It's cool, but it's cool though, because it lets you get games that, quite frankly, you can't get anymore. Like, that's the whole thing. I know people always have this discussion with, like, you know, Nintendo properties of, like, we want this game. No, but we're gonna go after you if you try to emulate it in any way. You have no viable option for us to pay for it. Because there's plenty of people who have been flat out said, I will pay for this game. And Nintendo will be like, nah, you don't get it. Let's put our onions in the bowl here, and let's put them to the side for now. And let's get our meat out. Ugh. Okay, our delicious. Oh, nice, nice. It's our delicious 80-20 ground beef. It's good stuff. I love it. All right, let's get this going. Let's get you in there. Ugh. Like, come on, buddy. Let's get out of it. We gotta cook all of this down. Now, I know the nice thing about 80-20, though, is that it's going to be so fatty, which is a good thing. And that's why I don't even have to oil the pan for it. It's like, don't worry, you're going to be producing plenty of your own in a matter of moments. Where's my salt and pepper? I should just cut off that thing. Let's do some pepper. Let's blasted the salt onto the ground. Some salt. No, I have one of the, actually Calaban actually gave me one. He had kicking around his house. It's one of the earlier gen ones, but it does like a lot of like the old Game Boy Advance, some of the old Genesis games, some of the old SNES games. A lot of games that never made it to the United States. Do you know there's a Neon Genesis Evangelion video game? I didn't. It's also not in English, so I can't understand what's going on in it. Listen, Nintendo doesn't want to do that. Come on, we all know this. Nintendo's not going to do this. Right, let's let you kind of chill there. Excuse me, I'm very sniffly this morning. The one thing about constantly running space heaters in your apartment is that it's so dry in our apartment. And I said to myself, you should put on a humidifier in the bedroom last night. I didn't, but the thought was there. And here I am, sniffling. Do you know that did you know that the fire red leaf green rims they are using are the new iterations with the name? I'm sure they are. That doesn't surprise me. Why recreate it if it's not broken? Kind of thing. Especially sometimes with some of the remakes of games when you're really just doing a quality of life lift. It's like, you don't have to build the code from scratch. You could, but you don't have to necessarily. Actually gonna boost you a little bit high. Also, apparently they added something sent telemetry to Nintendo about things you're doing in game, like how, wow. Because I don't need Big Brother. I mean, listen, Big Brother's everywhere, I know that, but I don't need it tracking what I'm doing in a Pokemon game. Granted, I don't really play Pokemon that much anymore, but still. Basura! Aichi. Basura! Ichi, how we doing this morning? How you be? How you do? Have you survived the snow in all of its disgusting glory? I heard you didn't want to wear your boots anymore. I respect that. Yeah. Okay, this is irking the shit out of me. Hold on. I need... Oh! Can I tighten you up? Don't mind me just doing slight technical repairs in the pan while I'm cooking. Oh, no, don't. I don't blame you. I think you're well within your rights. I think you're well within your rights. I think most of us are. I think most of us are, but I think also it's always got to be tempered with the fact, too, that Nintendo's always going to make a decision that they think is going to best fit their Japanese audience. That is what it is, unfortunately. And again, also, it's comboed with the fact of fair use laws, which don't exist in Japan. Which, that's a whole other thing. I don't know what that was. I just heard a bang. What was that? Well, everything seems fine, so I don't know what that noise was. I'm definitely gonna have to drain some grease off this. That's not even a question. This is... I'm okay with it being gross. This is a lot. We might need to drain it sooner rather than later, now that I think about it. I'm dissociated for 2 hours, so I'm gonna go find... You should do that! Dissociation does not count for eating. Last I checked, at least. Do I do it sometimes? Absolutely. Is it a good thing? No. But I'll do it. Alright, let's... Where? Oh, where? There you are. I mean, you could. Doesn't mean you should. There's a difference, Ichi. Do I have something bigger to use? No, I do not. Damn. Fine. Whatever. I was trying to find drain this into something that was, like, bigger. But I don't have anything, so we're just gonna make do with something I got here. I'll just knock stuff over in here, too. It's fine. I just want to drain some of the grease off of this. Only because I think the thing is, it's not going to properly crisp up if it's not. Let's kill the heat for a minute. Let's just do that really quickly. Deary dear. Well, I missed half of it into the sink, so that's fine. go. For perspective of how much grease came off of it. I'm so sorry, Kaj. I've studied for a physics exam. Hey! Friends, be sure you eat. Always be sure you eat. Let's get this going again. Now, next thing we gotta do is add 4. I mean, probably not enough to add the onions back in. Hold on, onions back in. Love cooked onions. Let's give these a zhuzh. I'm thinking Taco Bell for lunch. I'm thinking garbage plate. Because why not have this many calories in the middle of the day? We'll do that. And now we gotta add in our tomato paste. Now I think it said, how much does it need? 4 ounces, so about 2/3 of this can. We're gonna definitely be eyeballing this shit because, yeah. I will never, ever buy a can opener from IKEA ever again. This has been the worst can opener I've ever used. It constantly just gets detached from the can itself and just doesn't cut. It's good stuff. I love it. And let's put you back in here. Ooh, nice. Brazilian steakhouses are so much fun, but my god, you do eat so much food at them. Like, it's an uncomfortable amount of food. Alright, I think that should be enough. I like going to IKEA. Actually, it's a pastime that Bionic Vox and I'll do occasionally. I'll take off a day from work, and she works from home typically. Well, she, because of what she does for work, she kind of has her own schedule. So she kind of can just work whenever she wants as a result. But so what we'll occasionally do is we'll just go to IKEA, in the middle of the day. Ow. Sorry, I had to clean some, stuff that fell out of the pan. On a Blaha person, kind of yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah, no. Brazilian steakhouse is you're gonna eat, you want to eat. My personal favorite. Every time I go to PAX East, the hotel we always stay at has a Brazilian steakhouse in the hotel. Is that a bad thing? Oh yeah, it is. Because let me tell you, the number of times I've had to waddle back to the hotel room because I've eaten my weight in chicken hearts. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Trust me, there's nothing more enticing than just a spit of just chicken hearts just being brought to you. I feel like you need some liquid in here, and I don't know what. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add a little bit of the grease back into this. I feel like it needs a little bit of grease just to kind of have some liquid in there. Because I almost feel like right now it's a little too dry. And don't get me wrong, this very well may turn into me just adding all the grease back in. I know. That's literally what we're about to do. Listen. Gotta get your calories where you can. Don't you understand? It's been cold here. We need calories. Alright. Let's... Now I need to get some spices in this bitch. Be a 1/4 teaspoon. Yeah, again, this recipe is going to be a little bizarre when it comes to the spices. So we need... I'm going to drop the heat first and foremost. I'm not. That's the neat part, Yada. I am not counting. We need ourselves. We need a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. Like I said, this is, again, much more of a Cincinnati chili than anything else. A 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. That's cumin. I'm like, why does this not smell like cayenne? Because it's not cayenne. 1/4 teaspoon. I think that was the lid for this one. I think. Yeah. How much cumin am I putting in here? 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. A 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. It said, like, get smoked. I'm like, I'm not buying smoked just for this. It'll be regular paprika, it'll be fine. Like, I understand the point, I do. But I'm like, I'm not... Smoked paprika is expensive. I don't need to buy it. And a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Which I feel like is light. But whatever. And... a little more salt and pepper to taste. Salt. God, it smells like Cincinnati chili. Like, it's got that, like, clove, but spice smell to it. Not a bad thing, just a thing. And then what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to transfer this to this guy over here, just so it can kind of stay somewhere covered and warm, because I'm going to need this pan for the burgers as well. And that... I need to taste this, because I feel like this does not look like the chili you would make for a garbage plate. It's close. I don't know what it needs, but it's close. So like what the chili was that they used to make it like for a garbage plate. Whatever. I could rack my head against the wall for hours against that, because again, it's like I'm going on a ballpark recipe, so I know it's not going to be the perfect exactly what it was kind of recipe. Let's put you there for now. Let's put you here. Let's get this chili into here. So just as a holding pattern, because that's the one thing about this recipe is that it's a lot of stages of stuff, which is fine, but we have to cook in stages. So the next thing we're going to be making is the macaroni salad. Now, this is going to go against my grain of everything I know about macaroni salad, because I have a really good recipe that my mom gave me, and I follow to a T every time I make it, and it's delicious. But this is very different. This recipe I have is very different than what they're saying I should be doing in this. Let's clean some of the schmutz off of there. Let's put you there. You can stay there. And let's see. 4 quarts. So, I mean, I'm not cooking all this. I'm gonna cook a decent amount of it. Let's get some water going, and then we'll chop some veggies up. Oh, that was just pure beef fat. I'm like, what's this? Is this an onion? No, that's just fat. Ugh. Ain't nobody need that. Apparently I did. Alright, let's put you... oil. Let's put a lid back on you. Chili's done. So that's one of the steps done, at least. Alright, let's get these pieces out of here. Okay. Now we gotta start prepping the macaroni salad. So we're gonna get the water boiling. But what we are gonna do, while that goes, I'm gonna chop up some veggies, because we need veggies for this. I mean, listen. Ugh. Yeah, should be enough. I have noticed one thing about carrots, friends. My God, do they last a long time. I've had the same package of carrots in this fridge for weeks, and they are still absolutely fine. Don't get me wrong. They're definitely growing on the end. But listen, we love traditional here. We love traditional here. Okay. And we gotta put all these veggies into one container for ourselves. So let's get one of those out. Just so that way it's all in one place, because realistically it's all going to the same place. Alright. Let's get our carrot peeled. just I don't want the skin in there if possible, just because it's kind of gross. Not say it's gross, it doesn't need to be in a macaroni salad. So I just yeeted a piece of carrot across the room. Good stuff. There's another one. It's the one thing about peeling carrots, is that you'll peel it and it'll just blast whatever skin you're cutting all across your room. Let's turn this down. Do that. Do that. Boop, boop, boop. I am gonna need more than one carrot. I can already tell you that. I already can tell I'm gonna need more than one carrot. Which is fine. I hate when you cut a carrot though and you feel like it actually like bows out because it's being held together so closely. Let's move you there. Try to get these as small as humanly possible. Ready, me. Hi, Yoshi! Yoshi, how was the rest of Outlast? How was Dota? Can we get a shout out for Senor Yoshi, please and thank you. As I stroke out while I'm saying welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. King. We're making a garbage plate today on stream. How we doing? Outlast. I know, you and I talked about this. It's not scary. Hi, Yacht. Welcome. Who else came in? Yoshi. Yada. I mean, yeah. I think Outlast kind of knew what it was going to be when it came out. I had actually... Have you played the second one? Because I actually haven't. I know it's a very different vibe I'm getting, only because it's a much more of an open world I've gotten the sense of. But for those who came in who do not know me, I'm King. I know how to talk. I am a whatever I feel like streamer on Twitch. I eat bugs for fun. We do cooking streams here. Today we are making a Rochester, New York delicacy called the garbage plate. I had many of these in college growing up. I have not. KOTERA got me the Outlast and was like, play this horror game. And I was just like, see, I don't know enough about Outlast 2 to know if it was actually like horror. I know it's like a much more like... It takes place in like the rural, like Midwest in the United States, if memory serves me well. I've seen bits and pieces of people playing it, but it functions. The gameplay is exactly the same. It's run, hide, camera, that kind of stuff. Delicacy. Listen, it's a delicacy to me. Y'all judge. I'm gonna be eating good in a little bit. Candy gonna be eating good in a little bit. We all gonna be eating good in a little bit. I didn't salt this shit. Hold on. Like, I forgot something. Oh yeah, salting water. I should do that. Okay. Now, sir, could you not wrap around that? Thank you. They rip half my stove apart. Oh, that's 100% what it is, Yoshi. It's basically like, oh, you need this thing here, run here. You need this thing here, run here. It's basically... It's a puzzle game, but you can't fight back because there's enemies. I'm trying to think, because I know there's other games that do it that aren't horror in any way whatsoever, but they have the same, like, premise at the end of the day. I definitely need another carrot. Not even a question. Definitely need another carrot. But for anyone who came in with Yoshi's Raid, if anyone needs to raid and run, get something to eat, drink, go touch grass, go silence the voices in your basement, go use the bathroom, don't stare at a screen for hours a day like I do. We'll be here, cooking, having fun, making friends. Not yucking your yum, but it's funny you call the food equivalent of looking under the barrel in terms of quality. Oh, hi, KOTERA. Welcome in. So, KOTERA, I don't love horror games. I'm a big scaredy cat. But I played Outlast. I played one stream of it like a year and a half ago. Finally went back to it and finished it. After the first, like, I don't like jump scares. That's the thing for me. I don't like jump scares. So for me, it got me a few times. Once you realize it's basically jump scare simulator, it's fine. So, so I finished it. I laughed my way through the second half, only because it gets so out there in the second half of the game. It's not even like horror after a point. It's just like, what weird sci-fi fever dream did this game turn into towards the end? Because it's not scary after a point. It just gets ridiculous. Like, by the way, we're channeling these evil spirits. You're what? Excuse me? Also, how did this become a cult? There, we'll get you over there. Chop you off. You're not done yet, but I feel like you're getting there. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. I almost sliced my thumb open. How did James from... Who? What's HR? Ooh, these are going to be much bigger pieces of carrot. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. I feel like at the beginning is like setting a stage for you to go to a Scion. Yeah, that's fair, Kotara. That's fair. It very much is kind of like a you have no power here, enjoy kind of thing. Which, I mean, it's an interesting premise to basically make it such that, like, you just, as a, because like, you think of horror games where you do have the ability to fight back. You have no ability to fight back in this game whatsoever. It's basically just keep running, boyo, or else that big naked man's gonna get you. Or the twins are gonna get you. The twins, which, I started laughing so hard when I saw them and heard them talking. I'm like, who brought you in here? Who brought you two weirdos in here? Oh, work HR. It's very confusing, like, HR what? I think that... Is that a cup? Yeah, that's about... Let's do a little bit more. Let's do, like, half this carrot. Like, half this last piece of carrot. And then we'll do last little bit of chopping for this. Because then we gotta chop up some celery, we gotta chop up some green onion, some peppadew. Well, not peppadew peppers, because I couldn't find peppadew peppers. So we just went with pimentos, which are the pretty close comparison to peppadew peppers. Not perfect, but I mean, it is what it is. The thing I hated about the guy from DLC is that he tries to make you oh god, no. HR puff and stuff. Listen, we love HR puff and stuff here. Half a cup of cut celery. Well, that's literally just one stalk of celery. Huh? I mean, we'll leave it out just to make sure, because I literally don't know how much celery that actually is. We will leave you out for now. Let's give you a rinse. So I think the one saving grace about us not having heat is that they did kind of say that, like, granted, it's not going to be done, but they did say the repairs are going to get done by Monday, hopefully. Now, that doesn't preclude them having to come in and inspect the damn thing, or them servicing the boiler, which I don't know why they haven't been fucking doing in this whole time, but that's beyond me. I don't get paid that money. I don't get paid to live here. I pay them. Let's shut it off, actually. Just want to be able to slice you a little bit thinner. There we go. And let's get you as finely minced as we can. Because I don't want you boyos to be too big. Realize you can't see half of what I'm doing. There we go. I mean, listen, am I wrong? Those who played Outlast, am I wrong? Because that's the game. Nobody's got pants on in that game except the priest. I don't even know if he's wearing pants underneath that cloak. He may not be. I don't know. Use your imagination. I hate when that happens, when you're chopping something really finely and you like pivot it by accident, and suddenly you just cut it vertically instead of horizontally. Alright, that's gonna need probably another stalk, or rib of celery, I should say. But I will surely need the one more. Perfect. I mean, you also have the invisible guy that's... I mean, yeah, you do. You do. The invisible man's rude. Like, why can't I be invisible? Why does he get to be invisible? Mom, I want to have a turn being invisible. I think that's, again, it's like the thing with like that game is like, after the first jump scare or two, it's like you can really start predicting exactly where they're gonna try to jump scare you again. Which, I mean, I get it. That element of a horror game is kind of always gonna be there, unfortunately. I don't agree it's the best option when it comes to horror games, but what do I know? Not a lot. Are you boiling? Man, you're taking a while. Chop, 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 chop. But yes, guys, if I didn't say that, go check out Yoshi. Yoshi's streams a lot of stuff. He's been streaming the Tainted Grail. He streams Dota. He streams RV Varia with yours truly, where I get to showcase the fact that I can't drive to save my life. Yeah. Good times. Let's get this off the cutting board. Let's not knock it into the sink. Wait, let's get the piece of carrot that fell on the ground. All right, half a cup of celery. Half a cup of peppadew peppers. How much is in here? How much is in here? For fuck's sake. 4 ounces. So that's literally this whole fucking jar, is what I'm hearing. There we go. I mean, listen, we're outside New York. I drive. Trust me, I lived in upstate New York most of my life. Your boy drives. Your boy would go crazy if he didn't, quite frankly. That is much more moist than I would have preferred it to be. Let's actually just do that. I want to get as much liquid off of these as I can, or I think they're actually packed in oil now that I think about it. Because I don't want this to be too wet of a macaroni salad. Measure with your heart. Hi, Alice. How you doing, buddy? Alice, we're making a garbage plate. We're having fun. Also, getting all the moisture out of these peppers. But Alice, how you doing? How you be? How's life? How's life lifing? And funny enough, there's actually no garlic in this recipe, which actually kind of makes me sad. But let's just give you a really, really fine mince. Okay, I think that should be good. Too wet for a macaroni salad is not the kind of set. Listen, am I wrong? Do you want stupidly moist macaroni salad, or do you want nice, tart, and dry? Well, not dry, but you know what I'm trying to say. Dry adjacent. Not sandpaper, but not an oasis. Add more to the garbage plate recipe. I know, exactly. Well, I never put the lid on this. Alrighty. We need... Is it a cup of... It's like a cup and a half of macaroni noodles. I'm like cooked or uncooked? Because those are two very different stories. I am going to do it. I mean, I'm going to have a drink later. I mean, I'm going to have a drink. I have non-alcoholic here. And I don't really drink... Oddly enough... Well, not oddly enough. I mean, for those who know, I mean, like, I lost my brother a couple years ago. Due to alcoholism. It's not that I don't drink anymore. It's just I don't always like equating alcohol with a good time anymore, if that kind of makes sense. It's also just not for nothing. I can't handle the way I feel after a few drinks. I feel awful. It only gets worse as you get older. You'll have like 2 drinks and I feel like I'm dying. And yeah, it's not fun. Let's cook you. What else do we need to cook? Let's give you a zhuzh. Let's put you in there. What else do we need? Okay. I think Okay, now we literally just gotta wait for the water to boil. So, I'm gonna chat for a minute. Well, I'm gonna clean up some stuff in the sink. Clean up some stuff in the sink with cold water, which has been great. I love... There's nothing more awful feeling than cleaning dishes with ice cold water. There's nothing better. Let me tell you, there's nothing better than your hands are hurting physically because the water's too cold in the sink. I actually was debating after a stream boiling water to do the dishes, just so I wouldn't have to be doing it. It has tomatoes. I mean, technically, but actually, weirdly enough, this recipe actually, because actually, not for nothing, when I make my own macaroni sauce, I do put tomatoes in it. I put like really, really finely minced tomato, and I actually put shrimp in there too. It's actually makes for a very good recipe for macaroni salad. But you do like really tiny baby shrimp minced up in there with celery, red pepper, tomato, and hard-boiled egg. Actually, that is my mom's recipe. I make it all. Well, I don't make it that often because I really don't ever go to gatherings where I need to make a shitload of macaroni salad. So. It's a recipe I always have on standby if need be, because it is really easy to make. No, I know. Yeah. Listen, there's the running joke of like, you know, how do you know the differences between like the different stats in D&D, and the one that I always love is the wisdom is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Charisma is selling a tomato-based fruit salad. I always love that comparison. Having huge war flashbacks to the scene from Stardew Valley where Demetrius brings tomato. Oh my god. Fucking Demetrius. I detest that scene so much. Like, I know it's like, you're a scientist, I get it, you're being pedantic for the sake of being pedantic, or you're basically being purposely obtuse. Like, but I would have thought a farmer would know better. Why don't you shut up, Demetrius? Like, can you please act like a human being for a fraction of a second? That's all I'm asking you. Fun fact, Els, I have actually not watched the video yet for the Stardew updates. I know the big one that of like the 2 new marriage candidates, but that's really all I know, honestly. I haven't looked at anything else, but I also haven't booted up Stardew Valley in a while. So I'll be curious what else is in there. I know some people are pumped about like at least some of the additions. Again, I love Stardew Valley, but when am I getting haunted chocolatier? When, Lord, when? When's gonna be my time? Concerned Ape is a coward. I don't want to marry Clint. I mean, yeah, let me be a homewrecker. Let us be homewreckers and marry Robin. Or let us marry Krobus, goddammit. Let me marry the weird boy in the sewers. Let me marry the dwarf. Who sells bombs outside the entrance to the mines. Let me marry Mr. Chi. Wipe you out, because I'm gonna need you in a minute. I know you can mod Stardew to do those things. It's just more funny to be like, come on, don't be a crowd. Let me do the weird shit. We already do it, Concerned Ape. Let us do it IRL. I would marry Horsepan before I married Clint. I don't know if I've seen Horsepam. I probably have, and I just chose to block it out of my memory. Let's get the last of the schmutz out of the sink, including the segment of tomato paste I didn't use. Pam and Morris. You know, not for nothing, I kind of want to marry, why am I having a brain fart on her name? The one who raises the chickens and cows. Why am I having a brain fart? I want to marry her. Let me marry the MILF. Come on. Let me marry the old woman. Let me marry Granny. Even though she's married. Let me break up their marriage to marry her. Marnie, thank you. I'm not having a brain fart. I'm like, who was it again? Marnie, yes. Let's wipe off our cutting board. So far, this is actually going pretty well. I mean, I think we're about halfway done. Fuck. This is why I hate these pants. This, like, that, literally, like, that is, like, scalding hot at the moment. Like, I shouldn't have to be worried about grabbing the handle of my pot for fear of burning my hand, which to the first degree at least. Let's clean you off. I'm gonna clean that pan out too. Lewis certainly is. Exactly. Lewis flat out said he's not gonna do it. Lewis flat out said, I can't marry you. Think of my position. You're not married. Marnie is not married. What's the deal? That line of logic with him, I just don't understand in the game. Like, I'm the mayor, okay, and what, mayors take a vow of celibacy in this world? They say the post of the mayor of Pelican Town must remain celibate for his entire life, lest he be struck down with leprosy, or something weird like that. But here's the thing, he's not. Like, that's the thing that's even worse. Like, I can't marry you, think of my position. So you're just gonna skulk around in the shadows like a weirdo. That's even worse. I don't know, man. Make an honest woman out of Marnie. It's about Stardew Valley lars. It's okay. It's okay. Papa King will guide you. Lest the pelicans descend upon the town. Yo, real talk, why do we really never see pelicans in that game? It's called Pelican Town. I have never seen a goddamn pelican in that. I've seen plenty of seagulls. No pelicans. Candy's here. Playing some Sims right now. She's actually right behind me. Kind of. Behind that wall. Right there. And she vanished already. Oh no, I see her. Let's put you away. Candy had to go down to our friend's place to shower because, Alice, we haven't had heat in our apartment and hot water since Sunday. I'm hungry. Then have some food, Lars. Have some nibble noms. It's lunchtime for you, isn't it? Well, it's a little early for lunch, but it's not that early. I mean, I know this pot ain't clean yet, but whatever. I just need to, like, get this sink cleared up a little. Yeah, it is what it is. We had a snowstorm on Sunday night, and it caused a power blip, which caused a malfunction in the boiler for it to start leaking carbon monoxide into the building next door. But here's the thing, the boiler is connected to about a dozen buildings in our complex. So I think it's 12 buildings don't have heat or hot water right now. And their solution, just use space heaters. Oh, so I can have a stupidly high energy bill when the next month rolls around. Love that. I filed a claim with my insurance company to see, like, will you guys help cover this? Like, I don't know. Like, because I even, not for nothing, I actually talked to my dad about it. My dad used to work in insurance, and I kind of posed the hypothetical. I'm like, especially when it comes to tenants insurance, like, they really only seem to give a shit if you have something stolen or something gets damaged. I'm like, well, it's neither, but I'm like, I technically can't live in my apartment because the kind of assumption is that, like, you have heat and hot water in a functioning home. And I have neither at the moment. I have to walk to my friend's place to shower, and I have to wash my pots and pans in cold ass water. Again, this is really first world problems I'm complaining about. But still, it's February. It's still cold at night. Did you really? I shouldn't laugh, but did you really? I know the cold affects candy a lot more than it affects me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not loving this, but I'm like, I don't get as physically affected by cold as candy does, so. Okay. All alone on a Sunday morning. And I asked, I got Katie gets drinking. Oh, okay. I mean, listen, like Candy and I have had this discussion that she needs to learn how to accept help and support from other people besides her husband. That has been a losing battle, I feel like, thus far. Let's toss you there for now, because you're dirty. Just come visit me and you can have all the hot water. I'll leave the door unlocked. Alright, are you cooked yet? Are you actually cooked? I legitimately can't tell sometimes with just one noodle. Did I steam up my glasses to no end? Ha! Those are cooked. Hi, Leo. Our child. You kind of see him behind the, knocked the sink closed by accident. Let's see. Let's get you there. Inside, I'm slowly dying, but the rain will be. I'm like, Lars. My goodness, baby. You good? Okay. I know. I know, Candy. Doesn't make it right. I just know. Alright, let's actually... Because what I want to do is I want to run this under some hot water. Because that's going to instantly seize up the cooking process on these noodles. Because I want them a little bit cold. Though you know my tears will burn the pillow. What are you singing, Lars? Is this Love the Way You Lie by Rihanna? I legitimately don't know. Perfect. You still hot? Yes, you are. Alright. Time to flippy flip. Wait, saw that? Oh my god. Okay, I am done with you, so you can go over here. Now we gotta make all this together. Alright. What else do we need to add to this? Alright. Time to make... Oh, okay, gotcha. This one from those... There's a Frozen 3. I thought there was only 2. He's there. He's been very fussy. I mean, understandably so. He has no clue what's going on. He's like, I'm cold. It's like, I can't help you, fam. I wish I could, but I can't help you. All right. It's time for mac salad. Macaroni in the pot. As I spill some on my laptop. And throw some on the ground. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet-ass pussy. Get a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass pussy. Give me everything you got. Oh. Oh my god. Personal story. Years and years and years ago, during the pandemic, we went over to Bionic Boxes in Eos's house for, they're local. We went over to their place for Thanksgiving. We were in their pod during the pandemic. And Bionic and I would just make the most inappropriate jokes humanly possible. So she's there, like, we got there, and like I'm making mashed potatoes. She's making something else. And Eos's parents arrived because they were joining us. And... So they're there, they're talking to Eos, they're in the kitchen, and I lean over to Bionic while she's storing something on the stove, and I just go like, that's what good pussy sounds like. And she just starts dying. And Eos's mom was like, "What's so funny?" And we're like, "Nothing." Mind your business, please. Let's put some garlic powder in there. We put some salt and pepper in there. Dill to taste. I think we're just gonna do dry dill because I have fresh dill. I just don't know how good it is right now. I mean, listen, I would do it. I have no objections to singing that song. 2 tablespoons of mayo. That's not a lot of mayo. Ugh. 2 slaps of mayo. A 1. A 2. Ow. Now, I bought sour cream. Where is it? There it is. Sour cream. How much sour cream? Just a tablespoon, huh? Well, I wish I hadn't thrown... Oh, that's good. So, I'm like, did I throw that spoon in the sink? I did, but it's sitting somewhere where it's not gross. Sour cream. And... Dijon mustard. I've actually never made macaroni salad with Dijon mustard in it, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to come out. Listen, I have debated singing that song at karaoke because I can sing along with most of it. I'm not proud of it, but I can. Yeah, I'm proud of it. All right, let's give this a good old stir. Where's my spoon? And this is a very interesting smelling macaroni salad. It's not bad. It's very different than what I'm used to when it comes to... Because not for nothing, when I make mac salad, my only base is mayo. I do very much cook like a Midwesterner when it comes to macaroni salad. Let's see. How does this taste? I actually wouldn't do the mustard next time. I don't think it adds anything to it. It's not bad. It's just I don't think it's needed. All right, what we're gonna do? We are gonna cover that up now because that's gotta go in the fridge. Ugh. It's like fuck up tearing up the plastic wrap because I always do. Hi, Leo. Nope, it vanished again. It adds mustard. It does add mustard. He's got food. Don't listen to him. He's just being fussy because he's like, no one's in bed with me. Why's no one in bed with me? I'm cold, mama. I'm dying. I love my cat so much, but my god, he has been insufferable during this heat outage. But I get it. He's a cat. He is... Oh, I thought he was on your desk or something. I'm like, why are you just staring in that direction like he's standing on your desk? Ugh. Sorry, I'm trying to find somewhere in the fridge to put this. Because there's a lot of shit in our fridge right now. There we go. Okay. Now, halfway done. We've been on an hour and a half. But not for nothing, the second half is going to go fast. Because really at this point now, we're just making home fries. For what? Are you recording tonight? Oh, what time? Okay. What time is it now? Oh, it's 12:30, you're fine. I was making sure I wasn't running over. Alright. Potato time. My parents got Hayes' little soap vocals fixated. Oh god, yeah. That's what Leo does. He's just like please help me, please help me, please help me. I'm like, fam, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm trying to be nice, but I'm like, I can't help you. Got 3 big boy potatoes here. Let's give them a rinse, get some of the dirt off. I actually debated buying some sweet potatoes when I was at the grocery store last time I went. Because I realized I haven't had sweet potatoes in a hot minute. I do like sweet potatoes. And they're kind of good just mashed up and just put on the side of something. Because they're kind of just... kind of just lightly flavored enough that it's not like too much, but they got just enough flavor that like if you want to do certain things with them, you can. I will say though too, I am also not one of those people that does like the marshmallows and brown sugar shit for Thanksgiving. My family never did that. My family never did that. So let's peel our potatoes. I'm just gonna peel them right in the sink. I don't care. Peel. One thing I kind of wish that I had, and I don't need it, but I'm like, it would be cool. Do y'all remember those infomercials that they used to have way back when for those gloves that would peel potatoes? But they were kind of like textured gloves, and you would just kind of like rub the potato in your hands, and it would peel the whole potato. That's neat. I don't need one, but it's neat. I hate peeling potatoes because then when you get towards the end, it's like slipping and sliding out of your hand. Oh yeah, Ellis, because the heat's been out, Leo has been jammed in between our pillows every night, the entire night. Which I get it. It's cold. It's very cold. I mean, I've thrown like blankets down on the ground to kind of help mitigate some of the cold that's bleeding through the floors. It's only gonna do so much. Jesus. Blasted water all over the kitchen because the potato slurped out of my hand. I think that guy's peeled. And exactly, Fancy. That's literally what it is. You're just gonna keep petting them, and it's like for those who've seen Futurama, where there was the episode where the cats took over Earth, and Zoidberg goes, "I'm peeling mine to the bone," and it's just him petting a naked cat, or like a Sphinx cat. You know, that's how my brain works. What cartoon can I reference? There we go. Perfect. Peeled. Let's get all the water off of here so I can actually chop these and not rip my hand apart in the process. I need to put you in a bowl or something. Oh, jeez. There we go. Wow, I actually blasted a lot more water over here than I thought I did. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of water over here. All right, let's chop these bad boys up. Now, these gotta be home fries. They gotta be like, just kind of like bite size. Can you guys actually go over here? Perfect. And let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's not pull the whole piece of potato out with us. That's the one thing I don't like about cutting potatoes either, is the fact that like it's like they stick so much to your knife when you're cutting them. I actually, not for nothing, I feel like I'm not even gonna need 3 potatoes for all this. Potatoes, potatoes. Just don't moisturize. You can do it on your own. Exactly. Exactly. And we'll flip and flop that. And then chop, 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 chop. There we go. Yeah, if anything, we're just gonna have a bunch of leftover potatoes, which I'm not complaining about because home fries are great. So I'm like, I'm not really complaining. It's just kind of like, oh no, I'll have leftovers. Shit, what am I gonna do? Chop, 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 chop. And mom, get the potatoes that have fallen through the weird handle on this guy. There we go. Can't wait till the bipolar weather stuff. I know. The black stone again. What is a black? Is that like a cooking thing for outside, Lars? I'm gonna guess. Damn it. There we go. Like, I feel like I've heard of it, but I can't envision what it is. God damn it, Yada. I love it, but goddamn it. That's a good one. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, no. I know what you're talking about. Those are nice. Trust me, if I had the ability, I would. The one thing when it comes to cooking stuff that I've always wanted, but we just never lived in a place where I could do so easily, smoker. I would love to be able to have a smoker, but we don't have that luxury. Like, could I get one for outside? Yes, but I'm like, I wouldn't want to leave something like that's like that kind of finicky, just kind of like padlocked to a fence behind my apartment. Nothing against the people that live here. I trust them. I don't trust the people that wander through our complex at times. Also, not for nothing, what I've noticed too is that they don't really maintain those. So there's like grills that are back there that have been here since we moved in. We've never seen them touch. So I'm like, okay, so someone clearly abandoned this grill. Yeah. They're expensive, and I know they're finicky, and I know they can break too. Like, my brother-in-law has one, he loves it, but even he'll admit, he's like, yeah, it's a pain in the butt to use. It's a pain in the butt to use, you need to constantly monitor it, and it can go very wrong very quickly, depending on what you're making, too. I mean, I'm gonna make all of them, but I mean, I'm definitely not gonna need all of these potatoes. I almost feel like I could have gotten away with just 2 potatoes and been fine. Hi, Jesse! How you doing? Jesse, how was your co-working stream? Can you shout out for Jesse, please? And thank you to one of my loveliest of Madi mods. Thank you, Yada. Jesse, how was your co-working stream? How was the 600 follower celebration? I don't have my soundboard, so I can't do my air horn. Bow, 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 bow. There we go. It's good. Oh, you played some Fortnite. Nice. I think you must have started that after I wandered away, because I was lurking when I first woke up. And I think you were still doing your co-working when I had hopped in. Oh my god. Oh, my back. Woo. But Raiders, for those who don't know me, I'm King. I play whatever I feel like playing on stream. We do cooking streams. I eat bugs for fun on stream. So yeah, we got that going on for us, which is nice. But welcome on in. Anyone who came in with the raid, if any of you need a raid run, get yourself something to eat or drink. Go touch grass if you're into that. Go pet for a creature. Silence the voices in your basement. Use the bathroom. We're gonna be here cooking. We're making a garbage plate. If you've never looked to see what one looks like, Google it. I recommend. I'm gonna chop the last one, but I definitely do not need it. No, I know, Jesse. I feel like you and I have very different schedules when it comes to streaming, but thank you for the raid. Thank you. And obviously, Jesse, if you need to do any post-stream stuff, obviously do what you gotta do as well. We're gonna be here for a little bit still. we are mostly done though, which is kind of nice. And actually, not for nothing, I think it's potato part. I actually could probably kill 2 birds with 1 stone at this part, I think. I don't know. I have to kind of reacquaint myself with what I'm doing with these potatoes, because I might be able to do something like 2 times. Ugh. Kafka's there, I know. Yes, the garbage plate will be good. It will be heavy, but it's gonna be delicious. I'm looking forward, but I will say too, I'm looking forward to getting disappointed because I know it's not gonna be the same. I think that's, again, I've had friends that have done it, and they'll send pictures, and they'll be like, it's not the same. I'm like, it's never going to be the same. I can dream that it's going to be comparable, but I know it ain't going to be the same. Okay, honest truth, Mr. Last Half Potato, you're going to be for the garbage. I can't use you. There's way too much in here to begin with. Alright, let's get those off. And let's get some water boiling. Salted water with a touch of vinegar. We can do it. Yes, like Jesse, Lurk. Yes, Lurk. Do what you gotta do. You just finished stream. Get up and stretch. I would say go touch grass, but don't do that. Grass gives you hives. I know, it kind of does for me sometimes. So, all right, we'll do that. Heavily salt this water.
Salt, 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 salt. And we gotta give it a splash of vinegar too, because apparently that is something that actually helps with making hash browns, is a little splash of white vinegar. Where's my white vinegar? Here's my white vinegar. Yes, I have an industrial-sized thing of vinegar because it's the only way I can clean my humidifier. Don't ask. Alright, and let's get that boiling. Now, is there anything I can do in the interim while this is going on? I don't want to do the burgers yet because it's still way too early to do them. I guess I'll clean the sink. But yeah. Whew. It's warm in here. I think it's warm in here. It's because I've been sitting in a kitchen that's had the oven going for a good, like, hour now. You're very welcome, Alice. You're very, very welcome. Let's put you here. You can fit here, right? Yeah, you don't, but that's fine. Alright, actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag the trash can over to here, actually, because there's a lot of potato skins in here that I need to get out of the sink. That's like the one thing about this kitchen, is I haven't found a good way yet to kind of, like, do all, like, the prep work and get the garbage into, like, the trash can easily. Which is really more of a me issue, I know. It's probably the way I'm doing shit. Like, I know they sell those mise en place, like, setups online. They're cute, but I'm like, they must be an absolute nightmare to clean. Oh, thank God. And the fat seized up in this thing. Hey, guys. Who wants a nice bite of hardened grease from the beef? Oh, God. That was... I wasn't expecting it to seize up that much. That's gross. It's got the consistency of cheese. Hi, Yoshi. Let me get your mouth thing for you. Where are you? I am, don't worry. I am Zach. I'll wash my hands, don't worry. I'll go back, Yoshi. I'm King. Washing on dish soap so I can destroy my skin. Oh, it's so cold. Ugh, washing your hands with ice cold water is not pleasant in any way whatsoever. Okay, Yoshi. So what's the plan for Senior Yoshi for the rest of the day? It's good to see you, friend. I'm actually gonna go touch grass. Ew! I'm kidding, Alice. Enjoy your walk, buddy. Thanks for hopping in, saying hello. Giving all the love to you and Hazel and Candy and I. Fair enough, Yoshi. Fair enough. Enjoy, Alice. Enjoy. Oh god, there's so much grease on this thing. I'm just over here cleaning this little Nicky cup that's got beef grease all over it. Nah, 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 nah. Cause I say you've been playing a racing game recently. I feel like you don't remember the name. It's not a Forza, but I know it's some car game that you've been playing recently. The crew, thank you. Yes, send the cat pics. I will never turn down a cat pic. The crew in KingOTheCask, gotcha. The only racing game I have played a decent amount of is Rush 2 on the Nintendo 64. And a Recreation, which I actually reviewed for GSC. It was fine. A racing game, like, it's not that I actively dislike racing games. The problem with Recreation is that, like, it was meant to be, populated with, like, other players in the game. But when you're playing in, like, a beta early access, there's no other players. So, like, it's just me by myself in the world, and it gets kind of boring really quickly. I'm sure you understood every word that I just said. It's like this knife. Actually, you're gonna need it clean. You're gonna need a much better clean than that. Clean off the side. What is that stuck to the side of my laptop? I don't even know what that is. Yada 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 yada. Do I get no Arca? What's Arca? What is that Arca? How you Island? That's the island. Oh, it's a new character in Honkai. Not Honkai Genshin. Ugh. Let's collate some of our slices as well. All slice goes under the dill. Ginger goes above. Oh, actually, no, I screwed this up. Close. All slice. Dill, ginger. There we go. I alphabetize my slices, I know. The fuck? I don't have Italian seasoning down here. I did have some paprika. What the fuck? Well, that's on me. I did not know I had it. There we go. I didn't think I had any. I guess I did. And actually, you can go just in here for now, because I actually... Hi, Clamps! How you doing, buddy? Clamps, Palace, Resident Evil 9. Senior Clamperoni is here. It's a Clamp, the clouds. Clamps, how you doing? How was your stream? How was surviving? Hi, mates! Welcome in. I'm drilling all for myself, as is the usual here. And we're making a garbage plate, my friends. Oh, I was like, what was that noise? Like, oh, I knocked that on the ground. Homies, we had not saved Elphys yet. Wait, what? Why are we saving Elphys in the game? What happened? Did Elphys get abducted? What did you do to Elphys? Nate, how you doing? How is your Saturday on so far? That's been hard. I drool so much more when I have that thing in my mouth when I'm standing up. I don't know what it is. I just drool so much more. I keep forgetting that this thing is locked into place up there. I'm just not going to touch you for the rest of the day. There's a big mystery in the game saying that something named Elvis needs to be free. What? Elvis, were you featured in this game? I think she might be learning. But Raiders, for those who don't know me, I'm King. I stream whatever I feel like streaming. I eat bugs for fun. And today we're making the fabled garbage plate, a Rochester delicacy. I don't know what this is on the floor that I'm trying to scrape up, but it's disgusting. Very little energy and use what little I did to have a good fair. I can... Meeps, somebody who's gonna have to go walk down the road to take a shower later. I feel you. That energy is gone. How much closer are you to boil? Jesus Christ. You know, I know they always say a wash pot never boils, but my God, this is taking forever to boil. But yeah, no, we still don't have heat or hot water. But yeah, we've been making our garbage plates so far. We have the chili. We have the mac salad in the fridge, which I am not getting out right now. But actually, what we can do, we actually need to chop up a white onion. Because one of the things with a garbage plate you need to do is on top of it, you always put kind of like diced white onion. So we got a big old white onion to use. Flip that down. Let's get my knife back out that I said was dirty anyway, but it's fine. It's just been veggies this whole time, so it's not like it's like anything else. Actually, get you there. Skin off this. Well, not all the skin, but at least like that layer of skin off. Oop. There we go. Hey, yo. Leon doesn't provide jump scares. Leon provides other screams. Oh, whoa, and ooh, woo, indeed. I love that that's just been, the internet's just been a cesspool of memes
since it came out, since they announced that Leon was going to be in 9. It's just like, we get it, y'all. You love Leon. Y'all thirsty. I get it. Yes, I am partially calling out Candy's co-host on Girl Pod, because I know that girl thirsts after some Leon Kennedy. And I'm sure she wouldn't deny it either. What the fuck? That is a first. Interesting. Y'all ever see an onion do... Hold on. Y'all ever see an onion do this before? I've actually never seen that. It's like almost split in a certain area. Interesting. I've never seen that before. That's... I don't care. It's just more like, oh, I've never seen that happen before. Alright, I need a container to put these onions in. And not spill the glasses up here. And it's time to make myself cry. Because I can't chop white onions easily anymore without, like, you know, my face leaking a lot. Ooh, let's get there, and there. Chop, chop, chop. I actually might only chop up half the onion now that I think about it. I think I'm only gonna need half. I'm gonna stop crying when I say things. Time to make myself cry. It's okay. I'm gonna tell you a story about the ugly barnacle. I guess we're just gonna wrap you up. I don't need the other onion. I do need to give this guy a zhuzh just to break up the onion pieces that are in there. Go. You could balance on top. Alright, now we're done with that. Take a page out of 899 Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Time to make myself cry a little from time of my sex tape. This bee needs a C in her head. Real talk, Brooklyn Nine-Nine was a phenomenal show. It was such a good show. And I'm normally not a huge fan of sitcoms. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think that whole crew, just like that whole cast, just worked in that show. Between Terry Crews, Andre Braugher, Andy Samberg, the one that played Gina, I was kind of indifferent on. I know that was kind of meant to be the point of her character, that you really weren't supposed to like her, but I don't know, man. After a point, I'm like, I can't keep listening to her. Alright, let's see. I don't know why I put the paprika away. I do still need it. And the butter I need. You still good? Perfect. Like, I don't need a lot of butter. I just need some butter. Which mug? This one? Coffee. Just coffee. I'll break open one of my delicious non-alcoholic beers in a little bit. Thank you, Yada. Give moments like put butter away. Ugh. Thank you. Oh my shoulders, Jesus. Oh, my back. Oh. Oof. Spin like a ballerina. I'm gonna rip the cord out of the computer. I'm good. Those who came in with Clamps' raid. If any of you need to raid and run, get yourself something to eat or drink or go touch grass. Silence the voices in your basement. Use the bathroom. Touch grass. I don't know. Go touch snow. Do what you gotta do. We'll be here. Should have said that earlier. Oh my god. This water's boiling so slowly. I mean, thank god this is the last Clamps and Jerry Lurk. Jerry Lurk, say hello to Mrs. Clamps. I gotta build my D&D character, speaking of. Not that Clamps is exclusive to that equation, I just, because Clamps is not my DM for the first time in a long time, because Yeti Mike's going to be our DM for the next round of D&D we're doing. Which, this will also be Yeti's first foray into DMing, so I am curious what kind of DM he's going to be. I was the... Candy, what kind of DM would you say I was when it comes to DMing? If you had to kind of, like, put me into, like, a bucket, for lack of a better term. No, Clamps just wanted... I think it was more like Clamps did the campaign he wanted to. He honestly said, he's like, if no one wants to, he's like, I'll do it again. Good. But more like, was I like the, like... Was the prepper, the chaos DM, the rule lawyer DM? I mean, I like to think that I was kind of the chaos. I mean, I did. I could even remember when I would have to go into because when I was DMing, it was when I was briefly in my doctoral program, and I remember reading the DM's guides and stuff on the ride home from the train, because I'm like, I need to prep for session tonight. I have no idea what's going on in the story. Hey, yo! No, we had been together long before I started actually DMing. It was probably, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 years, I think, maybe. I'm trying to remember when I started DMing at Third Universe. I could say that because we don't live up there anymore. But I mean, like, I know we've been playing D&D for a while at that point, because there's no way I would have just gone into Dungeons & Dragons DMing immediately, because that's a bold move. Like, I don't know how the game actually works. I'm gonna DM it. I'm like, I'm sure there are people to do it. I just wouldn't. Alright, let's go to this view. Alrighty, potatoes! In the pot! Ah, that's hot! Ah, that's hot! Ah, that's hot! It's like blasted water all over the, floor. I try to prep if I can. Only because I prep with the full intention that I know we're not going to do what I'm going to do. Like, if we're going to do what I prepped. Because it's like, I very much am under the mindset of like, y'all can do whatever you want to do. I just want to at least prepare if you do follow the story, where are we going with it, essentially. I definitely overfilled. I definitely put way too much water in here. That's fine, though. That's fine. Can I be in that campaign as a rival archer, not even as a playable character, just an NPC that appears and challenges the party, saying I'm Majima, jumping Kiryu-chan? Listen, I will run that by Yeti. Like, Yeti, listen, can we have an NPC named Yada? He just occasionally appears, is kind of a jerk, and then leaves. Hi, kid, you're not a jerk. No, he's actually, funny enough, Yeti is going to be DMing a campaign that I actually was the first campaign I ever DM'd. He's going to be doing one of the first modules they did on 5e, which was Horde of the Dragon Queen, into Rise of Tiamat, if we live that long. It's good. It's a really good introduction, because I actually even said to him, it's good if you have never DM'd before, because they also very much approach it in the sense of, like, because it's the first 5e module, it's the first time people are playing D&D, possibly. It's also the first time people may be DMing D&D as well. So they definitely tamp down some of the difficulty when it comes to, like, world mechanics and fight mechanics and, like, just puzzle mechanics. They make it pretty straightforward, so it's not like you have flexibility, but it's not, like, stupidly hard to manage. It's no, for those who know, it's no Tomb of Annihilation, where I don't know what I'm doing and I'm the DM. That was a fun campaign. No, it wasn't. I actually did not like that. Here's the thing. I would be curious about Tomb of Annihilation if it was run by a DM who actually knew what they were doing, because I didn't know what I was doing during it. I was also trying to get apart. I had on myself, like, I had plot points for the characters' stories and stories. Yeah, I mean, that, you know what I think the thing is, though, Dylan, that just happens sometimes. Like, you can prep those, but if the story doesn't progress in that pattern, it's kind of just like a, okay, it is what it is kind of thing. Like, I think Clamps actually tried to do that with my character a couple times in our first campaign, but because I play such a brain-dead barbarian, it's kind of like I never really took the bait on, like, any of those plot lines because I was too dumb. Garbage! Hi, Graham. How you doing, buddy? How is Senior Grumathan doing today? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Also, shooting my shot, the offer always stands if anyone wants to try. Non-D&D says, ooh, hell yeah. I think the tough thing I have learned about myself, Dylan, is that I cannot play RPGs on like role-playing games online. I can't. I've tried so many times. I can't do it. I know I probably have undiagnosed ADHD. It is so much more pronounced playing an RPG on a computer. Yeah. I'm doing good. Hell yeah, Grum. I don't know, like, one of the games I would love to go back to at some point, but I would really have to find a group that would want to do it. And even for me, it would be a hard thing. Would be the Edge of the Empire RPG from Star Wars. So it is a RPG set in Star Wars universe. So it's the full galaxy. You have all the planets. But the tough thing about it is DMing it. You have to know. So like normally like Dungeons and Dragons, it's just like knowing like maybe some of the environmental matters that go on with things. DMing for Edge of the Empire, worlds, biomes in the worlds, space travel, use of force powers, because force powers prompt activity on other areas of the galaxy. It's a lot of managing of the system in the world that is more than I sometimes would want to be doing as a DM. So especially because it almost kind of makes it a little bit more railroady, for lack of a better term. Jesus Christ. Almost just blasted a ton of just onion scraps into the bottom of the trash can, but not the bag itself. Grom, you got anything good on tap for this weekend? Or are you just relaxing and being a grummy? I mean, you're always a grummy, but... Yeah, this was definitely too much potato. Definitely too much potato. It is what it is. Not that I want to cover it, but I kind of want to cover it, actually. I kind of want to let you guys get going and get up to temp. Like the Star Wars without number, I have to create the worlds. Yeah. That's the thing, is that most of it's pre-established for you in the universe, but it's so much recall you have to do as a DM to be like, I know they're on this planet that has these issues with gravity, with atmosphere, with environment. Also factoring in races as well, because races function differently on different planets as well too. Like when I played, I was a Moncala. Moncala obviously don't function well on dry planet. It's just honest truth. You know, you're basically a lobster man. The dry environments aren't great for you. Yes, it is, because he loves garbage, as do I. Lobster. You know, yeah, create documents and use it. Yeah. That's fair, Dylan. I mean, that's probably what I would end up doing as well, but it's definitely one of those, like, hi-ya kind of things. Let's get you there. Anything else that can go away? I think the garlic powder can go away for now. Just trying to do some cleanup in here. I actually don't even know why I had the garlic down here. I think it was because I made chili for dinner last night, and I'm like, oh yeah, I needed garlic for that. I know. I mean, knock on wood, this is the longest part, because then cooking the burgers is going to be, like, bad. I don't want to cook the burgers yet, though. Only because, we have to boil the potatoes. We still have to fry them, too. That's the annoying thing. Yeah! I got him at Super Nintendo World. Look at him, he's precious. Yeah! I can't do a Toad. I can't do a Toad voice, and I want to be able to do a Toad voice so badly. It's too high-pitched and raspy for me to do easily. Like, I haven't learned how to, like, do it in a way that isn't physically taxing on myself to do. I can do a scream, that's about it. Yeah, see, this is what I fucking wanted. Because we gotta get these fork tender so that we can then pan fry them. Because that's the whole point with, like, home fries, is that you basically cook them first, essentially. And then you can, I'm actually going to kind of do that so it doesn't boil over. you basically already cook them essentially. So then really the process of then you frying them is really not to cook them. It's really meant to just crisp them up, for lack of a better. I am. We're actually, Candy and I are doing media coverage there actually this year. We both are. Like, I went unofficially as media coverage last year. She went officially as media. We're both going as media coverage this year. So we will be very busy. I have already have a good at least hour and a half, 2 hours of stuff scheduled for myself on Thursday and Friday with interviews. And the thing is, the requests for demo appointments just started. They're only going to get more and more frequent because I've literally gotten, I think, 6 or 7 in the past week, and they're going to get more frequent as we roll into March. That's the wild part. Yeah, Boston. It's at Boston. It'll be fun. We're gonna be exhausted by the end of the day because the thing is, it's kind of tough because when you go as media coverage, it's great because you get to go as media and you get access to areas you don't normally get access to. Here's the thing, though. You don't really, I think, get a ton of time to enjoy the convention. Unless you kind of make a point to schedule breaks for yourself, you could theoretically just spend your entire time interviewing and demoing things because that's what you could do in theory. Like, I even think when we went last year, I want to say Candy's really only free day was like Saturday night, like Saturday afternoon and Sunday maybe. And I think even that, I think I'm being generous about. Like, I can't remember. I know you had like a little bit of free time here and there, but it wasn't a lot. I know that much. I mean, funny enough, I was there doing unofficial media, so like I was there like doing media, but because I didn't have a media badge, like I didn't get the same sway that Candy did, and even not for nothing, like she did CC me on some of her like invitations for appointments, and she kind of told the people like, hey, I can't get to you, but my husband's going to be there. He's kind of unofficially doing media because we both do coverage like and like news stuff on the same site. Some of those places just never responded. So I'm like, I think they legitimately like, if you're not media, we don't want to talk to you, essentially. Which, I mean, I get to a certain extent. They have their rules that they have to follow, and they can't be like well, you're not media, we can talk to you like you're media, because that opens up a really bad can of worms about how you approach things at the con. How are you guys doing? I need a piece of potato. I need a piece of potato. I'm trying to get some and not also get water all over the place too. I'm glad Nat was open to it. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like one of the people we've been working with, her name's Nat. She works with what is it? With Soft Source Publishing. They're based out of Indonesia. She's awesome. Like no joke. She emails at least like us like at least like once a month. It's kind of like, hey, we got a code for a game if you guys want to check it out. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm like, awesome. Oh, it'd be more time. They're close though. They're definitely close. But yeah, Soft Source does games like they published Kajora, they published As I Began to Dream, they published Sorry We're Closed, which actually won one of the awards at the Indie Game Awards last year. Also, friends, cheers. This is a beautiful non-alcoholic athletic brewing company Run Wild IPA. Delicious 0.5% alcohol. But real talk though, a lot of people have said like, why drink non-alcoholic beer? Because it isn't the point of beer to get drunk. It's like, technically yes, any alcohol is meant to get drunk. I actually like the taste of beer. So I mean, for me, it's like I like to be able to have a beer and not like get the drunk feeling of a beer. Because I'll tell you, that's the one thing, especially as I've gotten older, getting buzzed on beer is not pleasant. You feel bloated, you feel awful, and it's not a good time for anybody. Let me see what this is. This is... The near beer contains less than 0.5 alcohol by volume. Sorry, it's less than 0.5. And I will say too, the non-alcoholic game has definitely gotten better, because it used to be like, what was it like? It was like St. Pauli Girl and Old Duels, and they both tasted like ass. Now it's like non-alcoholic beers are pretty good. Like, they make IPAs, they make like pale ales, like they make like golden ales. They're all pretty good. Fruit juices that have the same amount of alcohol. Do you get drunk off that? I mean, no. No, I mean, but the thing is, for the most part, if I'm drinking, I either, I'll have like a beer or two, if that, or I'll have like one mixed drink, or like a glass of wine. Only because I'm like, a really, really free sugary drinks also don't really agree with me that much, because then it's just like, I feel sick from all the sugar. Which is a totally different matter. How are you guys doing? I don't need all of you. I just need like one of you. See, I don't need pieces that are that small, though. You're getting close. I need a bigger piece, is the thing. Good. They're close. The problem is that because the pieces are kind of varying sizes, some are like, I'm done. Some are like, I could go for a few more minutes. I'm like, of course you could. You actually clear the garbage out of the drain. Because the one thing I like to try to do when I'm draining into the sink with hot water is not even have the drain trap in there, because then it just backs up with boiling hot water. And nobody needs that. Especially me. I think you guys are probably good. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get our drainage, and let's get you guys drained. Can I put you in here and not have you overflow in the process? Yes, I can. Beautiful. Making sure the flame's still not on. That's all I would need. Alright, let's just dump these guys in here. Because what we got to do now is we got to flip positions. I'll clean that in a minute. Because now we got a pan cook. Alright. Let's get the moisture out of there from the pots. And how much butter did I need? Butter and oil. Of course it cut off. Whatever. Oil. And butter. Sure, Jesus. I probably shouldn't have put this piece of butter right next to my computer. I'm like, oh, it's melted already. Alright, now we gotta cook these guys over some heat. And crisp them up a little bit. Ooh. I feel like I should probably turn the chili back on a little bit too. Alright, let's... because I want these guys... I kind of wanted to... I say I might run them under some cool water for a second. Because see, I want them to like stop like really, really cooking in there. Let's see. And... alright, we have the fan on already, which is a good thing, because I'm like, I have a sneaking suspicion there might be smoke in this equation starting soon. And then once that's all melted, we will start frying these guys up. I want to be able to move you somewhere. Can I actually? There we go. Just want to get you out of the way. Hell yeah! What'd you get at Taco Bell, Lars? You get anything good? My go-to order at Taco Bell is the Crunchwrap Supreme almost always, because I do like a Crunchwrap Supreme. It's like, I'm so glad that they have not removed that from the menu, because my heart would break. Though I shouldn't be spending any money. I mean, shouldn't or like can't, because that's two very different things. All right, let's get some of this. Ignore the piece of potato that fell on the ground. I mean, listen, it's bang for your buck. It's the best thing you can get at Taco Bell, I feel like. Like, you get so much food for like a pretty decent price there. Especially when it comes to like the Crunchwrap Supreme. Salt it up. Pepper it up. Okay, fair. I get it. I'm assuming it's because of the job changing stuff. Is that why? If you don't mind me asking. Like, if, obviously, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'll get it. It's the ads. It doesn't make it any less annoying, but I get it. Let's let them cook. How long do these actually have to cook? We gotta eventually put these in a pot, or pan, or something along those lines. Bowl. So we're probably gonna put them in this guy, just so I can then toss them with some little bit of paprika, salt, and pepper, as I stroke out saying those words. Can I boost the heat on this a little bit more? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I kind of think. But obviously, it's like, you don't want to, like, you know, push that limit of, like, we'll be fine. Proceeds to spend way too much money. I get it. My disgustingly beat up oven mitt says, I'll feed all you fuckers. Good amount of stuff in my house for cooking has active swearing on it. Or, you know, somewhat adjacent swearing, like, you know, sheep happens. And it's just sheep. Actually, Mrs. Clamps, Render Penguin got this for me. Actually, for our last D&D campaign, because my character Flying really, really likes sheep. He liked animals, so naturally he tried to raise sheep. Yes, so that... Funny enough, though, it hangs on the oven. I never use it. It's like, it's much more decorative than anything else. I'm like, I don't want to use it. It's nice. So it just kind of hangs there. I'm sure we all have things like that in our homes. They're decorative. I don't actually use them, but... One thing about this is this does take a while to, like, because these are going to take a while. But the thing is, though, is that they definitely can go from, like, really crispy home fries to, like, burn real fast. I want you to be, like, just a flat layer here. Oh my god, this is... You know, I will already preemptively say, I always answer the question, is this worth it? The amount of work that I had to put into this, I can already tell you right away, garbage play ain't gonna be worth it. I hate to say it, I'm like, it's not gonna be worth the amount of work that's going into this. Because I know it's not gonna be nearly as good as one I would have gotten back in Rochester. It's fine. I've embraced this. I know. Actually, what I should do... Actually, I'm gonna take the burger patties out of the fridge for now. Yeah, let's put you over here for now. I just want to get them out so they kind of get to room temp. Hold on. Let me, ignore that noise, because I don't know. I am gonna pull the wiki page. So, a garbage plate is that. According to the AI overview on Google, a Rochester, New York staple, the garbage plate is a high-calorie signature dish featuring 2 cheeseburgers or hot dogs served on a base of macaroni salad and home fries, covered in a spicy meat sauce, onions, and mustard, typically costing $8 to $15. This iconic meal is often served with white bread and originated in Nick Tahoe's in 1918. Mapes, this is what I grew up eating in college. This was a delicacy that was consumed between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Drunk. I mean, you can have it sober. It's not good. It's not as good sober, but I mean, it's still pretty good. How correct is it? It's pretty correct. It's pretty correct. The only thing I would say is that when it discussed the bases of a garbage, like the bases of a garbage plate, technically yes, the mac salad and home fry, that is the standard, but there are other options that you can do. Like I said, you can use French fries. You can, again, if you're a savage, you can use baked beans. My roommate actually in college, my sophomore year, who was actually one of my groomsmen at my wedding, he got a plate with a base of baked beans one time. I tried it. I'm like, how did you eat this? He's like, I don't know. He's like, it just sounded really good when I was drunk. Hi, Tess. How you doing? Oh my god, it's taking fucking forever to cook. All right, friends. Really quickly, the secret ingredient, alcohol. Yeah. Really quickly, while low quality, yeah, trust me, I am using bottom of the barrel ingredients, and it's going to be still too high quality. I'm going to use the restroom really quickly. I will be right back. This should be fine while I walk away. Should be. So I'll be right back. Now we're back. I just had to pee. It's not like I had to, like, go take a shit. We're fine. Doing good, very hungry. Well, Tess, you're in for a treat. I'm making a garbage plate. I don't know if I want you to be... Actually, yeah, you're fine there. You're not really that warm. I feel like no matter what, this thing is not going to get to the temperature I need it to be to make home fries fast. Like, I don't want to burn them necessarily, but I want them to cook quick, kind of thing. Definitely gonna need more butter. I think the one thing I think about this recipe too, I think it very much was functioning on the idea that you were making a garbage plate for one, which is fine. But I'm technically making 2 garbage plates. They're going to be a little bit smaller because, normally it would be like 2 cheeseburgers, but they'd be like smaller cheeseburgers. The only ones that they had at the store were like this size because I didn't feel like making burgers from scratch. So I'm just like, let me just get some pre-made patties. And those were big. Like those are, about a quarter pound each, maybe a third of a pound each. Hey, you got it? Oh. Do a squat as well. Ooh. My knees. I'm helping. I'm cooking down here. Ugh. Boy. Oh, that felt good. Actually, not for nothing. I don't even think I'm gonna need to have to cook all the hash browns, truth be told. I'm like looking, I'm like, I don't know if I even need to make all these. I might have been okay with just 1 potato, honestly. Oh yeah, Meeps, the thing about a garbage plate is that it's very much, it's not like what goes into it, it's more the design behind it than anything else. So really, you can make it however you want. I've seen vegan ones, I've seen vegetarian ones, there's kosher ones. Funny enough, there's actually even, they make one up in Rochester that's a fried fish plate if you're observing Lent. So, because of course there is. Oh, no, that's fine. I understand if you're somebody that, like, doesn't like your food touching. This is an absolute nightmare of a concept. Don't get me wrong, I totally get it. How are you guys in terms of your crispiness yet? See, I feel like these are just going to get more side than anything else. Okay, they basically just turned into like liquid in the middle, which is not a good sign. Use fruits and it's called a compote plate. Oh, that's hot. The problem is, like, they're not cooking the way that they need to. They're almost like, and it might be that, like, I cook them too, I boil them too long. They're almost, like, liquidy in the middle, and not really, like, it's, like, crisping up the way that they should be, honestly. I mean, I think we also might be getting to the point, though, that, like, they're going to start doing what they need to do. It's not, like, necessarily liquid. It's like, the outside has crisped. The inside is still, like, liquid magma. I think it's more like, it's still kind of, like, cooking down on the inside. Yeah. Less so than other, like, starchy veggies, but still. Let's see, where's our pot? Where's our pot? Let's take you off of the time. Actually, I want to wipe this out really quickly. Because I gotta put more oil and butter in here, and this is a schlorpy mess in here at the moment. Oh, that's hot. I want to try to get some of this schmutz out of the bottom. Let's try to heat off for a fraction of a second. There's some more butter. I think I might have used too much butter is the problem. Or oil, because the one thing about the recipe is it didn't give me amounts as far as the oil or butter goes. It's just like oil and butter. I'm like, that could be a lot or a little, depending on how you look at it. Let's put another tablespoon of butter in there. And Let's not drop that on the ground. Alright, we'll keep you guys in the fridge, but easily accessible, because I feel like I'm gonna need you again. Let's do that. Yeah, that's exactly it, too. That is exactly it as well. Probably would help if I turn the heat back on. Like, why is this, like, not, like, that hot? Like, oh, because I turned it off. Alright, let's get some more. Alright, there we go. That should be all the rest that we need, honestly. So that means the rest of you can kind of go in the trash. Up. Oh, this is what happens when the bag collapses in on itself. This is gonna be a fun trash can to clean later. Good news is we're almost there. We're almost there, friend. Alright, where's my salt and pepper? Pepper. It's me, Peppa Pig. I don't know why. Talking about Peppa Pig. Yeah, we're just gonna let you guys just chill here for a little while. And I just want to let you, like, I almost want to let him just sit for a little while. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the burgers out of my plate. I don't know if that's how it's gonna work, but I have faith. I have faith. Jesus Christ. In the words of George Michael, gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. Baby, I know you're asking me to say, baby, please don't get away. Ooh, textured thighs, these are kind of gross. Alright, let's get you guys on this plate. Season you. Also rinse this out as well. Shut up, Lars. Did you actually? You're just making a bad joke. I don't know if you're actually like being legitimate or you're just making a really bad joke. Either way, it's funny. I don't care. It's more like, shut up. Why are you lying to me? Alright, let's season these bad boys up. I did not. That's just where you got. I know. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, no, you didn't. Admittedly, kind of shitty way to. It's basically almost entrapment, where it's like you go to a place where dudes are having sex with each other, propose to have sex with this man, then arrest him for trying to have sex with him. It's like, what did you want? I don't know. It's kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty and I feel bad. Thank you, Yoshi. Huh. So I drop down for a squat. Oh. Hi, Yoshi. Yada, oh, Yada, you might be too young to know this. You know this, actually. George Michael was, he was a singer, and he was, I want to say he was openly gay back in the 80s, But he basically got arrested in a public bathroom in the UK for propositioning sex to somebody, but it was a well-known location where men would go have sex with each other in where that was. Wait, this is why you love Hill. Me or like... where's my pepper? Well, I'm almost out of pepper again. I think I have more in the house. If not, we're gonna have to go buy more. And let's get... Exactly. Better way to wake up. So there... Okay, I think this was the issue. I think we weren't... I almost think the heat wasn't high enough when we had started that last batch. Because these seem to be doing a little bit better in terms of their consistency. Oh, that specific joke? Like, I met him in a bathroom. Like, no, you didn't. Shut up. Lars, you would have been, what, 5, I think, when that happened? Maybe 10? I'm trying to think, because, like, what year was that? That was, like, the early 90s, I think, that happened? Okay, is that what it was? I couldn't remember if that was when he came out, like, when he came out, or what was it beforehand? I couldn't remember. Great singer, though. I love his music. I know. Yes, we are good for Tuesday, Yoshi. We is good for Tuesday. I still may not have heat, but I'll be good to play. They are predicting that they should... Well, the repairs will be done on Tuesday. Whether they turn the heat on or not, that's kind of up for the inspection, the town inspection to come in, and also the boiler maintenance. So we'll see how that goes. Lars, don't go. Baby, come back. Yeah, one of you potatoes opened up, I know. Oh no, this isn't Yada. We're not in Mom Donnie's. Mom Donnie's New York City only. It ain't his fault. Yeah, Mom Donnie's got nothing to do with this. It ain't even our state governor. It's just literally it's our property management company. Let's be honest. It's our property management company and our town board, or like our town department of inspections. Ugh. Well, I mean, have you invited Meeps, Yoshi? You can't yell at somebody for not playing games with you if you don't invite them. Meeps, I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. You know this. Nothing against anybody. I play games by myself, for the most part. Ow. I know. Yada. I love hearing how people's perception of the funny thing is, he's not in the news that often in this area. He really, I think the world makes a bigger deal about him than he actually is, because you hear about him occasionally here, but I mean it's no different than you hear about any elected official in a city, because it's just that's their job. They're going to be in the news. So see, that's right. Where is Meeps' invite, Yoshi? Oh, these guys are cooking a lot better. Ugh. He and I have very different tastes in gaming, and I accept that. We have some... Oh, yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing, is I always understand that, I know my gaming differences do not always jive with everybody else's and vice versa, and that's fine. That's the beauty about gaming. Something out there for anyone. Oh, yeah, no, I know. I still love when the New York City elections were going on, and they had to tell people in other states, you can't vote in the New York City elections. Like, Mamdani is not running for somewhere where you live. So I gotta derail it. We're still cooking. We're still cooking, Elvis. We're making home fries now. We're almost done. After this, we just gotta cook burgers. You smell crispy, crispy, crispy. I don't want to put you somewhere to warm a little bit. Sorry, Toad, you gotta go. Toad's gonna go bye-bye for now because I'm like, I gotta heat some, I gotta keep some stuff heated. I literally cannot see if there's actually a flame going on that or not. That's like the one problem with that, Kevin. If I turn the light off, will that help? Not really. I feel like if this wasn't Stream King would cook things. I probably would, honestly. I probably would cook what I could at the same time. That's on it. God's honest truth is. Ideally, what I would love to have as far as like the cooking view, like the stream view goes, I'd love to be able to have the camera here so it shows the whole, like, I'm pointing at the wall behind the oven, the camera here so it points down and you get the whole range in view. But you only get this, essentially. Now, these guys are cooking a hell of a lot better. Beautiful. We'd love to see it. Hot, hot. Oh. I don't play Destiny. It's nothing against the game. I just don't play it. I don't play it. I've never played it, and again, it's not through active dislike. I've never had a desire to play it. Listen, it's my body. I'll do what I want with it. If that involves me burning myself, then so be it. These guys actually might be on something now that I look at it. Something smells like it's burning, and I don't know what. See, I tried ESO back in the pandemic. I couldn't get into it. Not even, it was actually pre-pandemic. I tried ESO. I don't play Elder Scrolls games to play online. I don't. It's nothing against the teams that works on it. It's just not my jam. Ooh, nice. I mean, that's also a valid point. If there's no game to play because of what Meeps owns, then we cannot yell at her for not playing. What is... Okay, we might actually have to stop cooking you because I think you're actually a little too dry now. Boop. Okay, now what we gotta do is we gotta toss you with some paprika. Paprika, salt, and pepper. Some more salt and pepper, let me rephrase that. Boop, 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 boop. Some shell. Where'd my paprika go? Wow. I mean, to be fair, yeah, if you're a broke otter, there's not a whole lot you can do. I got scared for a minute and thought I was just dumping cinnamon in there. I was really concerned for a minute, like, oh, this is gonna be interesting home fries. And friends, that is the home fries all done. Let's put a lid on you. The flame's still on there, yes it is. Alright, now it's time for me to steam up my whole face, apparently. I wanna do the burgers now. My grandma did that with cinnamon rolls. Oregano rolls, delicious. Probably do 2 burgers at a time, if I can help it. That's an Italian roll now. Exactly. Listen, the Italians love their oregano. No, we're good. I mean, yes, it's going to get smoky solely. Actually, hold on, that's a good idea. I'm gonna take the smoke detector out of the wall. I'm a smart boy. What about a sun deer? You're close. You're not ready yet. Alright. Yeah, we'll push you on. It's a joke. It's a joke. Hey, no whacking people. I know. He was here earlier, but I know he's worried. He actually probably is home at this point. If I were to guess, he's probably home at this point. Yoshi, don't get yourself timed out, buddy. Yeah, it's going to get smoky in here, probably. How's my chili doing? I don't want you to, like, overcook over here, but I do want you to get warm again. Oh, my handle. There we go. I'm like, I need to be able to grab the side of this. Surprisingly cooking so much, considering it's just on, like, the lowest temperature setting known to mankind. Ground meat, 160 Fahrenheit. Which game? I think I missed it. Oh, are we there yet? Like, which game are we talking about? Actually, you know what? I always forget I try to do this with burgers. I kind of, like, smush down the center a little bit so it doesn't bubble up in the middle. Ow. That is, Bernie. Hi, Queen! How you doing? How we doing today? How is your Saturday going? I hope it's going good. Hell yeah. Glad to hear. I mean, Lars, isn't that always the case for you, though? It's always survival day with Lars. What? Yes. Yes, Lars. What's up? Oh. I'm waiting. He did. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. What do you want? Hey, Yoshi's being Yoshi. Yoshi might have wandered away. Because it is dinner time for him now, roughly. These are gonna be greasy burgers. Dear Lord. I mean, this is what I get for getting 80-20 burger patties, too. I'm not gonna take the cheese out yet, actually. Oh, my back. I know my camera's on. My computer just popped up like, your camera's on. I'm like, I know. Yeah, I know. But that was the point. I bought purposely shitty, fatty cuts, or like burger patties for the purposes of this recipe. The one thing I hate about doing burgers in a pan, it's all the splash you get from the grease. What am I doing? I have a thing. Ugh. I know you're not gonna be able to see it right now, but this kind of helps. It kind of doesn't. It's a grease cover basically. It kind of helps, kind of doesn't. This is gonna cut down the amount of grease I have to deal with later. He's gonna leave the warning there forever. Of course he is. No, I know. I don't cook burgers often anymore. I think that's not the tough thing, but that's the thing. I don't cook burgers anymore for the most part. For the most part at home, if I'm cooking meat, I cook like chicken. Like chicken, maybe like ground turkey or ground like beef, but like that's about it. I don't cook much else beyond that. No, I know. Quain, same. I was, when I worked at McDonald's as a wee young king, I was the only person that worked the grill at night because I was the only one that knew how to clean it and turn it off at night. So there's 18-year-old King burning the shit out of his arms because I'm the only one that's willing to also inhale that many chemicals in the process, too. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of chemicals that go into cleaning a McDonald's grill. More than I care to probably acknowledge. Wrong way. That way. But yeah, grease burns are not fun. Yada, you think minimum wage was $7.25 when I was working back then? That's funny. I think it was 6 something when I worked at McDonald's. Yeah, I'm actually curious now what minimum wage was back when I worked at McDonald's. New York State minimum wage by year. I'm legitimately curious. Yep. So when I worked, it was about $5 an hour, roughly. Yeah, I was, yeah, $5 an hour. I thought for Five Guys I had to make bacon. That must have been a lot of grease. See, what I'm also gonna do, I'm actually gonna crack the window, let some air in here too. Because actually, not for nothing, it's actually really, really nice out here today. Despite the fact that we don't have heat, it's actually very nice. Ugh. There we go. Just so that way, like, so the smoke has somewhere to go. Okay, how are we doing over here? Not done yet. Getting close, but not done yet.
my stint at McDonald's was later in life. Oh, yeah, that's fair. No, when I was there, I worked there when I was... Basically, since when I could start working in New York State, which I think was 15 or 16, back when I was a youngin', till about when I was 19. Because I worked there for one summer in college, and then I ended up just working where I went to school each summer, so I never ended up coming home. Really quickly. Do that. Let me just wipe some of the grease off of that. Because that's a lot of grease. So much goddamn grease all over the counter. And just about yeah, this is pretty good actually. Yeah, word of town. I worked there when they had 29 cent hamburger. Ooh! Damn, Lars. Shit, I didn't. I mean, mine were like the dollars. So it's like, it was still cheap. Remember dollar burgers? Remember the dollar menu? I do. What? Ah. What does Yoshi want you to do? Dare I ask what Yoshi wants you to... yeah, roughly. Subway, ugh. My brother worked at Subway for a month. He worked for a month and never actually went and picked up his paycheck afterwards. Let's actually cover you. It's 10. Ugh, shut up! I wasn't that much older now that I think about it, because I started high school in 2001, so... And Yoshi wanted me to ask Yada how fucking stubborn Yoshi is. Wow. Meeps, how dare you. Yoshi, come on. Come on, buddy. Bye, Lars! I should be able to remove it. Hold on. I might be able to remove it. Let me rephrase that. Hold on. Can I remove you? That's weird. I can't actually remove it. That's annoying. I'll look it up later. Because I don't see why you wouldn't be able to remove a warning. I could be wrong. How do I get out of this window now? How do I close this window now? What the fuck? How do I remove this? Oh, good. Oh, that's just stuck there now. I love that. Oh, there we go. I found it. Yoshi said you can't remove it. I have all the power. Ha ha ha. Okay. I'm not gonna ask. Alright. We have to assemble a garbage plate now. But warnings, he should still be able to talk. That's what's confusing me. Alright, let's get a plate out. Oh. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'll figure it out later. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, plating time. Ready for this culinary horror show that I'm about to unleash. Okay. Got our home fries. which are not as crispy as I would have liked. We got home fries. And now, we get out our macaroni salad. I should have grabbed a bigger spoon. Why did I grab a big enough spoon? That. And our other half of macaroni salad. Now, we then take our burger, like so. I just dropped a bunch of grease all over the mouth. Cheese grease all over the mouse. They're alright, Grum. They're a little too mushy for my liking, but it is what it is. Now we get some of the chili. That's probably more than was needed. Ain't no way Candy's eating all this. Ain't no way. And then we take some onions. Do a little Salt Bae action over the top. And then we take, last but not least, a little bit of ketchup. Normally you would put mustard on this. Candy does not like mustard. And that, friends, is a garbage plate. Oh yeah, there's ketchup on this. This is a garbage plate in all its unholy glory. And that, my friends, is Candy, my love. Are you still there? I might have to go get her. Eat as much as you want. I know it's going to be way too much for you. I know. Listen. No. It's burger. You always got to burger yourself. The funny thing is, though, here's my question. When you warn somebody, does it, like, not allow them to chat anymore? Oh, Meat Tea is so very stubborn. I love Yoshi, but my god, it's that boy stubborn. That's what I thought. So Yoshi is just being stubborn for the sake of being stubborn. They have to acknowledge... Okay, well, Yoshi, that's on you, buddy boy. Meeps, just ignore. Yoshi is being a troll, as Yoshi is wont to do. I didn't really, actually, because I've never actually warned anybody, so I didn't know that's how it works. And that's make my garbage plate. Because Yoshi was bonking everybody. So Yoshi being Yoshi. Alright, let's put our cheeseburger on top. That's so much grease, dear lord. So much grease. I definitely put way too much chili on Candies. Yeah, see, that's what I wanted, was like that amount of chili. Not like the mountain I put on hers. Alright. Oh my goodness. Got some onions. Now mine's gonna be a much more traditional style. Ketchup, followed by yellow mustard, and by Frank's Red Hot. It's fine, Meeps. Don't worry about it. Ugh. And do that. Some mustard. And last but not least, certainly not least, Frank's Red Hot, which is delicious. not coming out nearly as much as I want.
And that, friends, is the horror show that is a garbage plate.
Let's get our beautiful picture of this. There's so much grease on my camera, on my phone. It's a thing. All right. Now, friends, the real test is, how does it taste? That's exactly the point, Neeps. That is exactly what I need to cook those other burgers. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cook these other burgers really quickly while my mouth is actually watering because these are good. This smells so good. I just want to cook those so that they're like cooking because I don't want to have just like 2 raw patties just sitting out longer than they need to. Oh no! I would never yell at anybody for having the shit set for this. This is self-imposed. I feel like the mac and cheese is too. Yeah, that's the even like looking when I tasted the mac and cheese, I'm like, this ain't it. I actually, and them saying we put mustard in it, I'm like, why? That actually threw me, and I thought maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just years of memories. I don't remember. Nope. The Dijon mustard is not needed in there. Now, let's bite into this bad boy. Okay. Not mac and cheese, macaroni salad, sorry. Yeah, the mac salad is the weakest part of this. It's pretty damn close, though. Nah, I know. Yeah. Big cup, small cup? Yeah. Yeah. Everyone says hi. Okay, he says hi. Real talk, though, this is pretty good. It's heavy. That's not candy. Who is it then, Lars? Who is the beautiful woman in my house? Yoshi just acknowledged the message. I think it's because of the running joke that Candy is her VTuber and not actually her. That's so good. Man. No, I know. Friends, Candy's a redhead. Or friends, that's where we're gonna end. I think this was a solid outcome. Again, was it worth? And I actually, Lars pointed this out, and I actually would agree. Was this worth all the effort? No, but it's also because of the way I cooked it. If it were up to me, if I was cooking this on stream, I would literally be doing all of this at once. Not even a question. I would be cooking all of this at once. Or, not for nothing, I can tell you actually, the chili would have already been made, and the macaroni salad would have already been made as well. I would have made that beforehand. But yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up today. I need to clean this kitchen and go shower somewhere because I'm a little warm. Yeah, so Candy will be back tomorrow. Let's actually just do that ad. Oh, never mind. We were already in ads, who knew? But, yeah. We are gonna raid out now. Who are we going to? What did we learn from this stream? That, caloric intake doesn't count if you're intoxicated. That's what I learned. Let's see. We are actually, hold on a minute. We're actually gonna go say hi. It's been up for a while. How long has it been? Hold on a minute. Just as long.
Who hasn't been on for like 5 hours? I know he is, Beeps. That's why we love him. You know what? Only because I haven't actually had a chance to raid them in ages. We're gonna say hi to Bacon. Bacon is on right now playing Silent Hill. I want to make sure I got their name right. Bacon and cakes. Double off. Yeah, we're gonna say hi to Bacon. Bacon's on playing Silent Hill. And yeah, thank you to everyone who came by. Thank you, Yoshi for the raid, Clamps for the raid, Jesse for the raid, for the subs. Have a good day as well, Meeps. Raid. Plop those in. Thank you, Yada. Wait, I can't do it. Yeah, Candy will be back tomorrow with more, something with Elvis. I don't know what they're playing, but I believe they are playing something together. Yeah. Goodbye, Grummy. That's all I got. I'm ready to clean up this kitchen and finish eating this. And with that, Little Hope. They're playing Little Hope tomorrow. With that being said, friends, no matter where you are in this big and beautiful wide world, have a beautiful morning, a beautiful evening, and a beautiful night, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye, everybody!